Do you want to make 5, 10, 20x, 50x gains in crypto?
GM. So Alex Becker has recently posted a bit of a banger of a video on crypto gaming, metaverse, AR, VR, all of that good stuff here. And within this thread, you can see he says this will easily net you a 20 to 50x in the upcoming gaming bull run. Whether or not we have a wider crypto bull run, he states he doesn't know, but we will see some major fireworks in the gaming sector. He believes that without a doubt. So let's listen into this for just a second.
Where crypto really doesn't do anything. But this is inevitable. This is how society is going to be structured and how people are going to interact in the digital world, whether it comes to gaming, augmented reality, VR, or metaverse. And if you get this, you're going to be so ahead of the curve. And if you study this over the next couple months, next year or so, you're going to see the opportunities well before they happen. You're going to be way, way ahead of the curve.
So ideally here, we want to be ahead of the curve, like he says. This is coming, it's inevitable. Therefore, let's do some study here and understand exactly what's going to pump, why it's going to pump, and we can place our bets in due time. So this wasn't a really call to action to start buying coins right now, but more see the wood from the trees, do your research, and tuck on in. So in this video, what we're going to do is quickly discuss his kind of outlook of this market, the major sectors. He has 4 of them: infrastructure, companies, products, and games. And also we're then going to rate some of the coins that he mentioned in this video. So just for fun, we have 14 cryptocurrencies he mentions within the video that we're going to put into this tier list, and I'll add in a little bit of info as to why I put them in the various orders. So if you're hyped for this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop me a comment in the comment section down below. Right, so we're making a start here. We have Alex Becker's gaming picks. I've created a brand new CoinGecko list just for this, along with my many other lists on CoinGecko. I am well prepared for the next bull run. So here we have the list of those 14 coins. He mentions these all within the video, gives them a little bit of airtime. So we start from the top here. We've got the likes of Ape Coin, number 1, the biggest by market cap, $760 million. Then we have Immutable X, IMX is the ticker, ENJIN Coin, Illuvium, Ultra, Verasity, Seedify, Altura, Remark, D-Race, Decentral Games, Aurora, Network, and of course Neo Tokyo as well down the bottom. A community you can enter by owning a Neo Tokyo Citizen NFT. More on that in just a bit. What we're going to do is jump in and see where we're going to rate them. But quickly, the 4 sectors he said to look out for are infrastructure, i.e. the likes of, the gaming rails, things like that, the infrastructure like IMX, which is a gaming layer 1 blockchain built specifically for cheap, quick transactions due to the fact you can't launch a game on top of Ethereum. It would cost way too much money. Companies, these are things like Gala Games. They do a lot of different stuff, maybe gaming, music, NFTs, or even Ape Coin with Yuga Labs behind them. That definitely is a company. Then we have products, the likes of Verasity for streaming and also Ultra, kind of like the Steam here for crypto gaming. And then finally games themselves, the individual games. He says these are more high risk, and he gives a nod to the D-Race game, which is all about horse race gambling, and also Illuvium, the majorly hyped AAA quality looking game that is coming hopefully by the end of this year. Right, so here we are. We have the tier list. We've got them from S rating all the way down to F, and S for the boomers out there who don't know what the S stands for in the tier list, that is kind of the special or super level. So that is obviously kind of like an A star, the creme de la creme of the list. So try and reserve this for maybe just 1 or 2 items here. I'm honestly not going to post anything in an E or an F, as these are Becker's picks, and he is pretty much the Chad of crypto gaming here. So none of these picks are going to be bad in my opinion. So let's jump in, and we're going to start with Ape Coin here, and we're going to post it up as an actual A here. So you may be wondering, why is Ape Coin getting a good bit of love here? Well, due to the fact this is pretty much the bellwether for crypto gaming. Let's jump in over here, Ape Coin. You can see it's had a huge drawdown here, especially over this last 6 months in the crypto market. In January, it had a bit of a pump. Their staking stuff went live. It went up to $6. It's now retraced down to 2, which is not very good, not very healthy. But of course, the market cap around $750 million makes it a bit more enticing than when it's up in the multiples of billions. you are kind of capped in terms of the overall trajectory. How high can this go? Maybe to $10 billion over a very exuberant bull run potentially, but I wouldn't put this as an S rating because it is kind of capped in that it's only going to return you X amount of gains potentially. So as we know, this is Yuga Labs' baby from Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's going to be launched onto its own chain at some point, and we're going to have a full metaverse built out for Ape Coin. So this is super exciting. A lot of people see this as very hyped. It's also a huge brand in its own name as well. And the kind of downside risk to this, the reason why I've only given it an A, obviously it's a bit overvalued in one sense, but also there's downside risk to what if the game is no good? What if the metaverse doesn't get developed to a high enough standard? And what if they kind of run out of money here? If the Ape Coin just keeps going down in price? Last time I checked, they weren't that well funded in terms of diversifying their treasury. They were using Ape Coin as part of their long-term treasury. You'll also notice there's a bit of a discrepancy between the circulating supply and FDV there. So quite a bit of inflation to come for Ape. Hence we've put it here as just an A. I do think if you buy into this coin during a bit of a quieter period just before things really kick off, you're going to do pretty damn well. At least a 10x I would expect. So this would be a very safe bet in my opinion. Let's move on now to pick number 2 here. We need to put Immutable X, IMX, in my list. I'm actually going to give this one an A as well. So this is super important. This is infrastructure for crypto gaming. Let's jump in to its chart over here and see where IMX is. So the second biggest crypto on his list here, $624 million. This is its own scaling solution, does get multiple bids, not just gaming, but also ZK rollup. And it makes it very fast, efficient, and dev friendly to start launching NFTs, games on top of this network. So this really could be the home of crypto gaming in terms of a blockchain. So if you think of this as the kind of Ethereum for crypto gaming and metaverse, then, you know, the likelihood is this is going to get well utilized, and potentially it does see its previous all-time high at around $10 up there somewhere in a not too distant future, maybe a couple years out here. Let's move on to their website here. Build your NFT project with ease. These guys are partnered with Illuvium and another load of companies in the crypto space. They're also very well funded, a lot of VC backers, and I do expect this one to really push the boundaries in terms of technical innovation in the crypto space. So this one is a key rails for crypto, and it's an infrastructure play. Typically infrastructure always does well no matter what industry you're in. So in terms of if there's a gold rush, buy the picks and shovels, well, this is where you would choose IMX. Now next up we have ENJIN Coin. So ENJIN Coin is an absolute OG, and I'm actually going to put this in the S tier due to the fact I think this has potential superstar power in that it has some awesome devs behind it. So the CTO of ENJIN Coin actually created the ERC 1155 standard. So this guy is an absolute gigabrain. The coin's also been around since 2017, and as you can see, all the coins are already circulating, and the market cap is $250 million, 251 mil there. So I think that this coin has a good opportunity to return to its highs and beyond. And as you can see, that was over $4.82 it states over here. So around $5. Could it get there again? I honestly believe it could. They have an absolute shit ton being built out here. From collectibles, they've actually had Microsoft Azure heroes, so a connection with Microsoft there. Other big names in the industry. You can go through some of the collabs they've got on here and different product offerings across gaming, metaverse, and virtual reality. So this really is, you buy this coin and you get exposure to a whole variety of different products. You're not just getting into one thing. It's a major company, a big brand in the industry, and I think this would be the equivalent of investing into a major big business in this space. And if you run through the markets on this one real quick, it is actually listed everywhere. Again, a nice thing to see. You can buy it on Coinbase, Binance, all the big exchanges, all the apps, absolutely everywhere, because it is an OG status coin. So the fact is, I think this one will pump like crazy, and the risk to reward on this one, I believe, is very, very good. So next up we have Illuvium here, and I'm controversially going to put Illuvium as B tier. Due to the fact this one has had so many delays, it was actually meant to have the game out during the last bull run, 2021, and it just kept getting put off, and they keep doing more raises and more land sales. So on the one hand, yes, they are very well funded. As I mentioned, Framework Ventures just put in another $10 million into their development here, and it does look baller, I'm not going to lie. But how high can this go? And is it going to be slightly maybe overhyped? Are there too much expectations on this? And what you know is a lot of people invested in this very early. Maybe they're still bag holders from last time round and they're looking to get out of this one. Previously it hit like $2,000 per coin. Could it get there again? I really think there'd be too much sell pressure for it to achieve that once more. However, I am overall highly bullish on the game. It looks immense. If we just see the chart here, a bit of a car crash there because all the VCs got in super early. I think it was like $1 or something. And so this is my kind of bugbear with it. They're still getting tokens unlocked to them. And if they got in at $1 for it to go 1000x yet again, a bit too much sell pressure in my opinion. Though we can see some of the gameplay footage recently, Unreal Engine 5, and it just looks dope as hell. So I have no qualms that this will be an absolute banger of a game, but expectation risk to reward for me, maybe not quite there. Now next up we have Ultra, and I'm going to give Ultra an A rating here. So let's jump into the Ultra chart and see what is up. The market cap's now starting to get quite a bit lower, around $40 million. Pull this on max here. You can see it reached over $2 and almost 50 cents there during the last bull market. So a mere, 30x to get back to where it was previous. I think it does have good risk to reward. If you look at the circulating supply here versus the fully diluted amount, 46 mil to 173 mil. So quite a lot of inflation to come. But what I like about this is kind of like the steam of crypto here. It's all about game distribution. So this, another major picks and shovels play. And if we start to see a load of adoption for crypto gaming, this is a dead cert to really pump and do well off the back of that. As it states, Ultra provides top of the line back office tools enabling game developers to effortlessly set up product stores, upload game files, manage their versioning, branch deployments, and distribute with ease. So this would be a distribution play and a major infrastructure play in the crypto gaming scene. So Ultra, in my opinion, not the sexiest of plays out there, but definitely has very big potential. And you think this kind of company distributing crypto games, if it does take off and crypto gaming becomes a major thing and the thesis is intact, 46 mil is going to sound a little bit like child's play. Now next up here on my list we have Verasity. Now this is the one I'm going to actually rate the least. I'm going to give it a D tier down here. So Verasity for me, it's one that ran previously and gave many people 100x returns. Again, you're going to have some people that forgot to sell, salty bag holders and all that. But for me, one of the major things that puts me off Verasity is the tokenomics. They're really ugly. So as you can see here, Verasity trading at 0.4 of a cent. Market cap is 41 million, but the fully diluted valuation is 446 mil. So only around 10% of tokens are circulating, and this one's been around for quite a bit of time as well. So that kind of makes me think at some point they're going to start unlocking these major bags, and it's going to be a bit of a dump fest. The chart not looking too healthy there, but that's nothing to go by in terms of everything being down here in the crypto space. Let's jump into the website here. So Verasity is all about streaming. So as crypto gaming gets a bit more of an uptick, we start to see streamers get on board with it. I think this has a good opportunity to make a mark in the industry, but my only drawback is maybe why would people stop watching maybe Twitch streams and come over to Verasity? Are the token rewards, the NFTs, etc., enough of an incentive to get people to switch over from a highly popular app like Twitch? I'm not quite sure. So for me, it doesn't seem like the kind of fit that I would go with, but I can see the huge upside potential of this when this industry really starts to thrive. I do like their anti-fraud viewing tech that they have on there, and also some of the advertisement thesis that they hit you with on their website. And if they do start to get a lot of eyeballs and they can verify views, advertisers might pay them a shed ton of money for advertising on their platform. So it could be a money earner, but as I say, the kind of risk to reward here for me personally, I've put it at a D tier. Now next up we have Seedify here. Now Seedify is one I'm going to be putting at a A. So I'm going to give it an A rating because this is a shoe-in to do very well. What do people want to do when the crypto market goes up? They want to gamble on smaller and smaller market cap coins. and nothing gets smaller than an IDO or an IGO, initial game offering. So Seedify is a launch pad for crypto gaming. Currently market cap's 35 mil. If you look at the chart as well, it started to put in new lows here, which is kind of interesting. Obviously not too much being launched at this point in time, and at least things that do launch aren't doing very well. But when exuberance returns to the market and they have a few big hitters or a few hyped games that are coming through their network and getting launched, the token price for this is just going to go through the roof. So for me, this is just a very simple play, and it's an obvious pumper. Around half the tokens are in circulation here. The all-time high was $16.79. So this one really could be a 20, 30, 40 Xer in the right market conditions. Next up, we have Altura here, and Altura for me, I'm putting in as a C rating. So let's jump into Altura and see what this one is about. So ALU is the token ticker, $17 million market cap. A lot of the tokens are in circulation. As you can see, 17 mil market cap, fully diluted 24 mil, and it actually hit a huge 46 cents in the last bull run, now sitting at just a 2.4 cent price tag. So big X's potentially on the table here. This again is an infrastructure play. Now for me, this is another picks and shovels play. You can update metadata and things to change the appearance of in-game assets. So this one's going to be very important for interoperability. But during the last run, we were promised a lot around interoperability, but it never came to fruition. So whether this can actually be achieved, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen it done before. So there lies a bit of the risk to reward. If they can achieve interoperability and a load of games want to team up together and we start to have assets crossing the borders into these different games, yeah, it could do very, very well. I'm not exactly sure how the token capture will gain value from that happening. And that is the reason why I've put it at just a C, but I am very interested in this one nonetheless, due to the fact I do like picks and shovels plays, and it's only a $17 million market cap. So if this industry does boom and the thesis for interoperability takes place, well, this could be a very good pick nonetheless. Now, next up, we have Remark, the only Polkadot based coin in the list here. And I'm going to give Remark a B. I almost put it at an A, but I'm going to leave it at B for now. So let's jump into Remark here, $1.78, $16 million market cap. I love the fact that most of the coins are already circulating, but my only reason for putting it in a lower tier is the whole Polkadot thesis. I've lost a little bit of hope on Polkadot as of late, and I think that's clouding my judgment here. Now, this was a coin that previously hit a price of $66 in the last bull market, now trading at $1.67. So big X is available if it does really take off. Now, what's ingenious about them, they've created a load of different token standards for NFTs. So it says, with Remark NFT building block system, our ERC NFT standard allows you to unlock the true potential of NFTs. So you can have mixed media NFTs, revealable NFTs, ticketing systems, cross-game skins, and NFT metadata backups as well. So this could be super important picks and shovels again for NFTs, and it kind of has a wider net as well because ticketing systems aren't going to just be crypto gaming. So in my mind, if we just have like one banger of an integration for one of their product lines, this one could do very, very well indeed. And we could see it just start to pull really crazy numbers like this. The drawback, however, is the low standard of exchanges it is currently on and terrible market depth as well. So it makes it quite hard to buy. So as you can see, a few pros and cons for this one, hence I've given it the rating of a B. Now, next up, we have D-Race, and I'm going to give this one an A due to the fact this one is a bit of a baby of Alex Becker'S himself. So in the previous video that Becker put out, which was non-crypto related, he was actually wearing his D-Race jumper. I think he's also on the kind of advisory team for D-Race, and so when you have a guy with how many millions of followers he has, this one's going to pump like crazy if he gets behind it yet again, and from this video it seems like he is going to. So very small market cap, just $11 million. Most of the coins already circulating. Previously it hit an all-time high of around $8 there. And so if it does go back to its all-time highs, you're going to see some crazy gains. This is NFT horse racing. So the gambling thesis and gaming thesis coupling up here. You can buy these horse NFTs, race them and earn the DERC token if you're successful or you place. You can also buy shares in the hippodromes as well. So if the gambling Thesis does take off here, this could do exceptionally well, and you can't rule out Alex Becker shilling this one to the moon. Into the final stretch here, next up we have Decentral Games. I'm going to give this one an actual D here due to the fact it has too many tokens in my opinion. So Decentral Games, DG. This one again is all about online gambling. It has all these poker rooms. So a poker related crypto, market cap 11 mil. Most coins are circulating. It hit an all-time high previously of around $1.65. Only major bugbear with this one is having multiple tokens makes it kind of confusing and just dilutes the overall value attributed. So DG and XDG is just the staked version. So essentially there's just 2 tokens and the ICE one has fallen off a cliff under 2 mil in market cap. But I feel like you're not sure which token is going to do better. Will it be ICE or Decentral Games? ICE is used for the in-game betting, where DG is the governance token of the network. This one did pump like crazy in the bull market, as did this one, but they've both drawn down huge significant figures as well. So when there's just too many tokens, I'm just a little bit confused as to what would I buy. But if online poker rooms do take off on there, and they are able to produce more games, as they are a bit of a gaming ecosystem, so maybe they bring out blackjack, roulette, all these different things, you know, it could be a bit of a banger, and it's a low risk one at just an $11 million market cap. Into the final stretch here, we have Aurora. I'm going to give Aurora a B here, fill in some of that space. This is the Solana based game. So down here, I would give it a higher rating, to be honest with you, just to the fact that the market cap is so low at $10 million, and it looks pretty stunning, if I'm being honest. But my thesis doesn't really rely too heavily on backing just one game, and as you can see, the market cap to fully diluted is a little bit off as well. In the bull market, it did hit over 20 bucks, now sat at just 33 cents. Pretty good risk to reward, and the graphics, the kind of lore behind it is pretty phenomenal. They've built out multiple games and multiple dApps here, so this does bode well for not placing your bets mainly on just one game, but kind of the expansive metaverse that is Aurora. I do like the fact it's built on Solana. I think that is a good ecosystem to launch games on, but maybe my negative bias towards this one lies in the fact it's not the kind of game that I personally would play. So final stretch now. Next up we have Network. I'm actually going to give Network an A due to the fact it has a tiny market cap, and I actually think it potentially is one of the major bangers. When he says we're going to do 20 to 50x here, well, Network potentially could be the 50xer in the bag. As you can see, around half the tokens are circulating there. The market cap is just $5 million. It did bang all the way up to over $7 in the bull market, and it's now 11 cents. Pretty crazy stuff if it can make a return to those levels. Listed on quite a few decent exchanges here, and it does tick boxes across VR. So this is an actual VR and AR metaverse, and if we just go to the top here, all the designs behind this are pretty incredible to look at. And if you just watch a little bit of this, put it on mute here, you'll see that it is just super high quality. So this kind of makes me think if we get a bit of a VR/ AR bull run within this here, maybe the Apple headset really kicks off, there could be a major echo pump for things like Network. However, on the flip side to this, if people don't like the Apple headsets, people aren't into AR yet, maybe this is just a little bit too early. But this one really could be a creeper, and as you can see from the quality on screen here, I think this is a gem to keep in the back pocket. Then last but not least, we have Neo Tokyo. Where am I going to put Neo Tokyo? We're going to give it an S. So this one for me is a very special token. It is backed or created by both Elio Trades and Alex Becker himself, and you need the NFT to get into the Citadel. So if you want to become a member here, get an S1 NFT, I would recommend. They're currently just over 6 ETH, however, so it might be out of some people's price ranges here, but I do think the access you'll get over there and the alpha for crypto gaming more widely will definitely be worth it. As we know, this is Becker's profile here. He has the 3rd most rare citizen out of Neo Tokyo, and here is his wallet, and you can see pretty much the only tokens in his portfolio right now are Neo Tokyo bytes. He's got around $30,000 worth in there. So for me, I wouldn't be concentrating on the bytes, the actual crypto asset here, but more the NFT pass. I think this is a little bit of a, nothing burger in terms of buying this if you're not already in Neo Tokyo, because there is a circular economy within Neo Tokyo. If you do get one of these NFTs, you can then join the Discord and see for yourself all the alpha that's going on. He does make a very good point in his video, does Becker, where he says, look, you can come join, buy the NFT, and then if you don't want to stay in Neo Tokyo, you can sell it back. There's a pretty active market for it. But here we pretty much have all the best VCs, all the biggest brains in crypto gaming. So in terms of alpha, early stage investment, so you can think of it as a bit of a launch pad as well, and also the additional information you're going to get from Becker, Elio, and other big brains, it probably is very much worth its weight in gold to be a member of this in a gaming bull run. So full disclosure, I do own a few coins within the list here, and I also do own a Neo Tokyo Citizen, but that is the tier list we have got here for Becker's picks, his recent update here on crypto gaming and metaverse. As ever, feel free to have your feedback. Would you have put maybe some of the ones I've put in C and D a lot higher up? Is ENJIN Coin too highly rated? Is Neo Tokyo overrated? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this one. As ever, make sure you subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.